And we're back with some more oxygen not included. And today is when we start harvesting all the other planets. The thing is, we have a lot of other planets up here, and we haven't tapped into, well, we've only tapped into one of them. So we're going to need to get around to that. So for that, we're going to need a rocket, and we're going to need to design a rocket to send crews out to these other planets, and it's going to need to be self-contained and keep them alive while they're there. So let's see what we can squeeze inside here. I'm thinking we can fit 3 duplicants inside here and give them living quarters to survive on a hostile planet long enough to build up a sustainable base for themselves. The first thing we're going to need is atmosuit docks, because whatever planet they land on, they're going to need oxygen. So we're going to put in 3 atmosuit docks for the 3 duplicants we're planning on bringing. Now you notice I've left 2 spaces here. Well, that's for a simple reason. One, we're going to need to put in the atmosuit checkpoint here. We're not going to do that just yet, because our dupes will be coming in atmosuits, and we don't want them taking them off when they come in here just yet. And then you need to leave 1 space extra. If you put the atmosuit exit up against the edge of the door, for some reason they don't get into the suits. It seems that when they land on the square, they just sort of teleport, so there's no need for them to actually... Well, if you place your atmosuit checkpoint there, they don't seem to put on the suits, unless it's been changed. But I haven't checked that in a while. Then we're going to need to squeeze in toilets, a toilet, a sink, and then beds, and preferably dining areas. I'm thinking we'll put the toilets over here. That's normally where I put them. That will be where the outhouse goes. That will be where the hand sanitizer goes. We use hand sanitizers because they're just better than using well, they've got more charges in them than the water-based versions of the sinks. Now down here, what I did last time was I put in some food. Well, where is it? Furniture. We put in mess tables. And we'll make that a gold amalgam for the decor. And the reason I put those there is if we put one, you can put a ladder segment right over the chair. So your duplicants can come in here, hop onto this ladder segment, and then gain access to the next floor. And it sort of doubles down so that space. A duplicant can still sit there and their head's still free in that space. So it actually serves a double function. With a little bit of planning, we've got toilet, sink, then we've got 3 cots up here. We've put in our rocket control station there, gas pump there, 3 dining tables there. That even leaves us a little bit of space to put in some containers for bringing supplies with us. Let's just let our duplicants get around to building this, and then we'll see exactly what we've got left to squeeze in. I really would like to stick in, what is it? If we could stick in, maybe turn this place into a great hall by putting in a water cooler, that would be nice, but I don't think we'll be able to do that. There just wouldn't be enough space along with that to put in, say, food and a few other things, unless we left it on the ground. And I'd prefer not to. It'd be nice to have a neat spaceship for our duplicants. A few minor changes so far. One is we put in this manual generator, namely because we're not going to get enough power from the solar panels on the front to run this flat out. We've only got 1 solar panel and okay, we've got the battery, but the solar panel itself not really going to give us enough juice. So this will at least supplement our supplies. For the time being, you see, we're running this gas pump flat out because it's got to fill all of the atmosuit docks. That's an awful lot of power we're using right there. Actually, how much power does that use if we check the 240 for the gas pump? Though the atmosphere dock does not seem to be using any power while it's fueling. At the same time, I've left this gas filter just in case we have problems with carbon dioxide. We can filter that stuff out. It'll require a little bit of materials to build the necessary filtration, but just having that there preemptively in case anything happens. Oh, and for rocketry, we are going to need to put ourselves down another rocket control station. Yeah, that should fit in just there. Perfect. That still leaves us almost no space for anything else. Maybe I should put that somewhere else. Yeah, well, that could fit up here. And we don't need it. It's only in case things go wrong. So you know what? Yeah, we'll put that over there. That'll free up that space and we can put in something like, food storage. To make this place just a little bit more livable and nice, we stuck in a whole bunch of those, what do you call them? Yeah, the pixel packs. We actually give it a nice big boost of decor. So this is, what, 150 plus 20 for the rocket window? Yeah, there's about 170 in pretty much every single tile, if not more in some places. Like there's 330 or 345 there. They're a huge boost, and they cost nothing, take up no space, and they just sit in the background. It will leave us with those annoying power symbols, but we're going for efficiency here. We also have 20 tons of dirt and 20 tons of igneous rock we've piled in here. That will make sure the outhouse can keep running. We've also got 20 tons of oxalite in here to keep the whole thing oxygenated, and a fridge full of 100 kilos of berry sludge, which should keep them well fed for a very long period of time. That should be a perfectly self-sustained little rocket that can last for long periods of time without any outside support. Of course, there's one thing we have to do though. We have to pick our crew, and our crew need to be scrubbed. We can't send them out with all the skills they've currently got. We're going to have to wipe some of their skills and only give them the bare minimum, because otherwise they won't have the morale in the rocket to sustain themselves. So we've got Chief Multi-Hat, we've got Joel, and we've got Furious George. All of them are, yeah, getting scrubbed nice and clean. Once they're all clean and spotless in the brain, we'll give them a few basic skills and stick them into the rocket. That first step is a doozy. I love the way they just faceplant the moment they get out. Our crew have arrived. Alright, let's have a quick look inside. This is going to be their capsule for their time period here. Let's enable this now. So, once that's enabled, anytime they pass that, they'll drop their suits off on the ground. Hopefully, the oxalate will overwrite the carbon dioxide. If it doesn't, well, we do have this little filtration system set up, and we can put in some piping to deal with the carbon dioxide. It'll be a bit messy, but, you know, this is just going to be our trial run. Our first target is going to be a planet we've already been to, Muldelia, whatever it's called. We've already got a silo set up here, so we don't need to use any fancy tactics. And if we do mess up, there's plenty of ways home. We've got a teleporter and lots of things here. So we're going to go here first, and we're going to clean this place up because it's an absolute mess. Also, if we could remove some of those bees, I think it would improve performance a lot. Target acquired, crew on board, launch sequence initiated. You also notice we've got 2 Trailblazer modules. That's going to be really handy when we have to settle on a new colony, because we can launch 2 of our colonists down ahead to build a rocket pad. Well, that's the theory. We'll find out when we get around to that. For now, though, I really want to clean up Muldelia. The long-term plan here is we want to get all the resources on every single asteroid and have them all fired back to our central one. How exactly we get them back there, I'm not too sure yet. We'll probably have to use some of the other tech, but they're all sort of equidistant from our central place. So let's just send everything back here and turn this place into a giant planet of, well, I don't know. We'll figure out exactly what we do when they get there. And here they come. In fact, we already have, what the hell? Oh, solid nuclear waste. Yeah, I'd forgotten how contaminating this was. At the same time, on the inside here, I have disabled this atmosphere checkpoint. Is everyone just up? Excellent. Time to get in a hard day's work. What we're going to do here is core out what we need. I've turned off the atmosphere checkpoint because we got to deal with some radiation down here. We won't have to deal with the radiation on the next planets, but for now we're going to have to deal with all of these bees. So I think I'm going to let them use those lead suit docks down there. It'll protect them more. In the meantime, though, we do have to core out the rest of the map. There are a few more vents and geysers around the place that need to be claimed. As well as that, I don't think we put in a mini-pod. We need to put in one of these somewhere around here. I think there is fine. Perfect. Now we have the option to print stuff here if we want to. We don't really want to be honest, but we'll activate it anyway. Okay, over here, we're going to seal in this cool slush geyser and make sure all of the water gets... Well, we're going to dump all of that water back to our home planet. At the moment, it's just a little bit messy. There's little blobs of it coming back every so often. It's just... No. We're going to do it like that. Make it nice and clean. While we're here, we're also going to get Furious George here to analyze this cool slush geyser so we can see exactly how much it's producing. We never really did an awful lot of cleaning up when we were here. Oh, at the same time, we can chop off the top here. Oh, and there's a whole bunch of uranium on this island. 12 tons of enriched uranium are just lying about the place because of all of our efforts from earlier. We left these beehives here just to go nuts, and they've basically scooped out all the uranium on the map. Any uranium they can access. Like, for example, there's huge veins of it over here, but literally everything the bees can see, they have consumed whole. And not only that, after a while, these beta hives, if they can't find any more uranium, they starve to death. And when they do, they drop all the enriched uranium on the ground. So there's literally 12 tons, well, 11.9 tons of enriched uranium just lying about the place, waiting to be picked up and shipped back to the homeworld. Which, yes, I think we shall do that. We're also going to find all the vents and geysers here, and we're going to take all those resources and send them back home as well. We're going to flood our world. After a hard day's work on this asteroid, they all sleep at the same time. I put them all on the same sleeping schedule just to make things more convenient. Carbon dioxide-wise, it's not really building up to levels I would consider dangerous, and the oxygen levels in here are staying below the 2 kilo mark, so it's not popping their eardrums. Is it still getting wiped out? Yes, it is, but I think with 3 duplicates, this actually works out perfectly. Okay. This seems to be a very solid craft for our future intentions. Anyway, let's see what else is joyously available on this island. Digging through here, we've got ourselves a minor volcano. I think we're just going to leave that there. There's no need for the minor volcano. Also found something here, but you can see that yellow thing coming out the side. That makes me think that's going to be sulfur. Sulfur geyser? Actually, I should really check what's definitely on this planet, but yeah, my guess would be sulfur. Then we've got another one over there we're to go digging for. There is so much around this place, it's incredible. Come on, was my guess right? It's got to be sulfur, right? Yeah, liquid sulfur geyser. You can tell just because of that little yellow bit at the edge. Hey, I'm not going to blame them for the graphics. It makes things more useful. This one, no idea what it is. but we'll find out when we get there. Alright, we'll just dig up there and dig in and see what tasty treats they've got on offer. For our next... Oh, come on, seriously? Yeah, there we go. We got polluted water vent. Oh god, there's going to be so much water we have to ship back home. We've only got this one supply teleporter. So, yeah, down here. So we're going to have to set up some buffers, but yeah, unless both of them are 5 kilos apiece, we're still fine. However, we're soon going to have to get into the interplanetary launcher. I think for this planet we should be fine, unless they've got another water vent. I think 3 water vents we should be able to handle tops, but if it goes up to 4, we may have to start using that. Hold on 1 minute while we build ourselves a little pumping facility. When this vent finally activates, the water from that will be stockpiled in this tank, assuming that there's no way through. Then it will get sent down here to get dumped into the output to the other planet. Same over here, we've stuck in a little liquid reservoir, that way that none of them should back up. Even if both of them are active at the same time and they require a lot of space, it should be fine. However, more vents have been found, and this one's a water geyser. So we're going to need to open this one up and do the same treatment. Jesus, we have so much water, we're definitely going to be able to flood a world map just pretty easily. Well, we have been taking care of this. We have discovered a minor problem with the ship design. The problem is when they're sleeping at night, they drop down little blobs of carbon dioxide, and sometimes those carbon dioxide blobs get picked up by the gas pump, and this is slowly but surely damaging our atmospheric ducts. I started using them because our dupes were getting stressed out because of the cold and things, so that's why they were actually being pumped. So instead, what we've done is we've got the carbon dioxide and we filtered it up in here. That means that should rotate around in circles and act as a sort of a powerless filter. We've used these before. Just as this finish up, we should be able to see it in action. Alright, we have a gas bridge over here just to give flow direction. So this excess carbon dioxide will flow through here, go all the way down until it gets to the end, and then it'll just stockpile here. This giant run of piping is basically storage. We're just using it as a storage tank that doesn't take up any space. So we can store, well, for every tile we can store 1 kilo of carbon dioxide. We shouldn't need that much, but that's okay. We'll just connect those up there. Now what happens is oxygen gets pushed by here to the suits. And if any carbon dioxide gets picked up, these will be small packets, this bridge will try and dump them onto this line over here. And this line will constantly be full of just a tiny little bit of carbon dioxide at all times because this gas valve is set to 1 gram. So all this, any gas that gets sent in here, 1 gram of it will always be sent across. If there's more than 1 gram coming in, the excess will get dumped in here into the storage. And this just means we shouldn't end up with any more damage to our atmosuit docks. But it's fine. We're doing a safe run through on a safe planet to make sure we ironed out all the kinks in our design. With that done, oh yeah, this water over here, we have another water geyser is going to get dumped into our system. I haven't actually activated it yet though, because we're going to have to set up filtration on the other end. Otherwise, we're going to end up with mixing dirt, polluted and clean water. So it's fine. It's fine. I didn't realize how many vents there was going to be over here. That's okay. We can actually wait. Well, no, we won't seal it up just yet. I want to clean this place out because I'm going to have to leave someone behind to sweep this whole place. We'll sweep everything. Yeah, sweep everything, make that a priority 9, and then what we'll do is we'll just sweep out the center of it. We can sweep out the rest of the map later, but I want to make sure these inside areas here are, well, nice and sweepable. Also, we'll do the same over here. Then we'll seal them in, and we'll never open them up again, hopefully. Here we are, here we are. The dupes are all snoozing away in their beds, and little blobs of carbon dioxide they're giving off. One of them got picked up by that gas pump. It comes along here, and oh look, now it's gone. Filtered out before it can get through to our atmosuit docks. Powerless, simple, easy to fit in. The only thing that we have to worry about is eventually this will fill up. It's just, let's see, how much is in there? Yeah, that's 20 grams, that's 20 grams. Yeah, there's about 20 grams there. This is going to take a very, very, very long time. And as well as that, we can just do a plumbing. We can give someone the plumbing skill, and then you can literally extract the gas out in little containers. And those tiny little containers of gas, they don't actually vent out. So theoretically, you could, well, do it indefinitely. How's their food looking? 93 kilos, that's a lot of food. 19 tons of oxalite. I think this is going quite well. Yeah, we'll let them finish up sweeping there, and then, well, it turns out there's a lot more vents and geysers than I thought. There's another one over here, then we've got another one down here, and then a third one over here. In fact, I think we might just come down here and start coring out some more of this area. There's a vent over here, but there's also a whole bunch of uranium, and I'd like to let those bees get back to work. So we're going to disable the lead suit dock so all 3 of our people can come down here in their atmosuits, and we're going to start coring this area out. After a little bit of effort and a minor bit of radiation poisoning, we managed to core out, like that yellow stuff there is the uranium ore. So we've cored out and exposed a whole bunch more. So they should be able to get in there and mine all of that for us. Hey, the more uranium they do for us, the better. In fact, I discovered a lovely place over here. Where is it? Ah, this hive. This hive, it seems, has never starved yet because it's actually had access to a little bit of uranium everywhere. So it hasn't actually died, and it's up to 7 tons of uranium. That thing has 7 tons of uranium in it. We should enable an auto harvest on that at some point. But for now, that 7 tons can stay there. Our duplicates are hurriedly bringing a whole bunch of it back to here. There's another, how many 100 kilos? Yet uranium is going back to our homeworld at quite a rate. What are we up to back here? 24 tons of enriched uranium. Now, 10 kilos this cycle, and we have 2 reactors running. That means that's what, 1,200 cycles of uranium we've got already. Never mind the other 7 tons that's in there and a few other bits and bobs. What is it? Oh, there's 3.4 tons still lying around on the ground. I think these bees have worked out exceptionally well. I'm going to let a whole bunch of them die off over here, though, just because we're going to spread more to the right. I think they need to be pretty close to the uranium to mine it efficiently. So we're going to squish over this direction just a tad. This little door system for expanding the beehives, yeah, this seems entirely broken. We can expand these just for free, and it's quite simple to do. And the fact that they don't actually damage your duplicate when they're in a suit just makes harvesting these things so much handier. I think, though, we've got so many bees over here, I think I'm just going to get rid of this entire section. We don't want it. We'll leave 1 hive intact, but the rest can all go. It's just not worth it. The performance hit is too much. Also, we should probably auto-harvest that. What are we down to? Yeah, we got rid of all the enriched uranium, so we'll take the 7 tons that are in there, and then I think we'll leave the bottom of this map as it is. We'll leave like a couple of hives over the side, but the majority will be... the majority will be over here to mine out all of this. There's a fair chunk of uranium in there. Just give me a few more minutes to clean up the bottom of this. Oh, and there's 1 vent here, but it's carbon dioxide geyser. Sorry, we don't want that. Not a chance. We could open it up to anesthetize all the bees, but I found that that's not really that useful one way or the other. The thing is, you have to imagine that if someone's using an ice cream scooper to scoop out 7 tons of uranium, what's the ice cream scooper made out of? I mean... 7 tons? That just seems like a lot. I mean, duplicates can't even carry that much. The ice cream scooper must be made of something just impossible, like adamantium. I can't even conceive. And I'm just going to core out a bunch of this junk here, make a little bit of space. Hopefully some of the bees will take up some of the uranium we dig up. I don't mind digging out a few patches of it here. We're going to end up with so many of it anyway. I just realized there's a giant pile of it over here where there used to be a hive. There's another 5 tons. So, yeah, I think we're good on uranium for a long, long time. A few digging sections, a few different bits and bobs, and now the whole bottom of the map looks fairly decent. Some of those hives still haven't died off yet. I'm not going to rush out of my way to kill them. I don't know what will happen if I attack them. I think I'd be safe in atmosuits, but you know what? Let's not risk it. There's no point taking any risks here. What do we got over? What is that? Oh, iron volcano. Damn it, I'm going to have to tap into that as well. But first, there is 3 more vents and geysers over here I want to have a look at. Yeah, give me a minute. And first up down here, we have a hot steam vent. So, no, I'm just not bothered. 500 degree water, not worth it, considering the tiny amounts that come out of those. Oh, cool slush geyser. That's our 4th water vent here. That's... Oh, god damn it. I remember when water used to be scarce. Now we're just going to drown. We're going to drown in the amount of water. We don't need to tap all these vents, but I feel like I kind of have to at this point. Promises were made, so looks like we're flooding something somewhere. Probably a whole map. We'll find out. Next up, we've got... Actually, I have no idea what we've got. Okay. Looks whatever it is, it's a narrow one, so it's either a cool steam vent or it could be chlorine, could be anything. We'll find out in a minute. Over here, we're just getting all the prep work in place to export all of that cool slush back to our home planet. It's actually really close to the to here, so we can just run some insulated piping and done. And down here, how are we looking? Come on, don't be water, don't be hot polluted oxygen vent. You know what? I am fine with that. All right, let's seal this up. Well, let's add this into our system, and then let's check out the last remaining vent we haven't looked at yet. Well, this is finishing up. There is one interesting thing happening now, and that is this vent up here is activated, and we've got water from it. However, this polluted water here is riddled with germs. It's a germy polluted water vent, which is fine, but how is that going to interact with our water filtration system is the question. Now, if we pop back to our home here, we can see where's yeah, this water has just gone through here. It's been warmed up, going through our tank. It's coming out at 61C, and now it's going to get dumped down in here. The thing is, I'm pretty sure the germs are going to be really badly diluted because it's going to be 10 kilos of water dropping into what's effectively, what, 855 kilos of... there we go. You can actually see the food poisoning. 493... 200. Yeah, okay, so the food poisoning germs do actually stick about. Does that mean it's going to go through the steam turbines and then come out the other side and we're going to end up with germy polluted water in our clean water? Or journey clean water? I think we will. Was it? Oh yeah, they're definitely getting sucked up. And then they're going to get spit out. The question is how much. Yeah, you can't really tell until it gets out to the other end. That's going to be... You know what? We'll find out. We'll have a look in the tank, but I doubt it's going to make too much of a difference. Germy polluted water is not a big deal. Over here, we're just cleaning this section out, and we're going to analyze it as well. At some point, I'm going to have to work out how much water we've got coming in. I believe it's somewhere between a lot and a hell of a lot. As you can see, what's happening here is that the line's backed up. We've got this system feeding on, and we've got this system feeding on at the same time, so it can't actually all go through. 10 kilos is the max limit. However, we've got these liquid tanks here, so they buffer. So whenever one of them stops or whenever one of them slows down, the buffer tanks can then empty out. Just means we shouldn't waste any water, but we're still limited to 10 kilos per second max. And with this, well, with 4 water vents, 3 polluted, 1 clean, we might just have to send the clean back a different way. Otherwise, we'll also have to filter it on the other end. I do like the idea that all 3 of these are polluted water going in there, and it just makes it simple to deal with on the other side. And over here, I think, yeah, this is the last vent. Oh, man. Now, I know we could use the priority symbol to find out what's in there, but that's just no fun. You want to actually dig through to them, see what's actually in there. At the same time, I think we'll dig across here. There might be another vent in there. I doubt it, but well, better safe than sorry. We're about to leave this planet anyway. And we have a saltwater geyser. Oh my god. I swear I remember when there wasn't nearly as much water as this. Why is there so much water? Okay, yeah, we're definitely going to have to start using the launcher to send stuff back home, aren't we? I need to figure out how to use the interplanetary launcher now. One moment. We have also found a few more neural vacillator around here. There's one, and I believe there's a second one somewhere around... Oh, wait, there it is. Right there, neural vacillator. So there's 2 neural vacillator here, and I suddenly realized there's another cool salt slush geyser. How many water sources is that on this planet alone? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6, a lot. Just so much water. Damn, what are we going to do with all of it? I'm not even sure anymore. Okay, over here we're going to level this off and get ready to use it for interplanetary launchers. We'll figure out how they work. It can't be that tricky, right? Looking at it here under the rocketry section, interplanetary launcher. Only takes 240 watts. Radbolt input port. Oh, we're going to need radbolts. And... God damn it, George. How did you... Just open the door. Open the door. Come on, come. Before... One moment. We managed to get them out of there. It's fine, it's fine. Now, looking at this, we need 20 radbolts and we can launch 200 kilos of mass back to, well, wherever. We'd have to change the target. I don't think we'll be able to target a place. Ooh. Yeah, we're still going to need to put, whatchamacallit. There's a rocketry targeting section, a targeting beacon, so we'll have to put that there on the other side. But I think what's more worrying now is we need to figure out some way of generating radbolts here. And I think I've got an idea. Now, what I'd like to do is keep it parallel with this. If we keep it parallel with this, it can be also used for charging the engine. So what we want to do is put it right about there. Yeah, we want to put our floor about there, and then we can string them out along the way. And then we're going to need... Oh, I think we're going to use a little bit of a bug to our advantage. I mean, I was going to try putting some radiation together here, but you know what? Let's do something a little silly. This here is going to be where we launch all our rad bolts for. They should go all the way through here, right through to the engine, and then if they get past, they'll get rad reflected back that direction to hopefully dissipate somewhere harmlessly. We don't want them to hit the duplicates as they climb up the ladder to get in and out of the spaceship. That would be bad. Also, I don't think they can... Yeah, they can't get in the way of it this side. Ooh, actually, no, they can. Yeah, we can demolish some ladders later once it's all set up. But for now, I think we're okay. What we want to do is make sure we have a little tank over here, and we're going to use waste, radioactive waste, to make this work. It's going to be tricky. One second. We are going to take advantage of a bug that's currently in the game, which is the pitcher pump. The pitcher pump and nuclear waste don't seem to go well together. Where is it? On this map, I've got a problem up here. What happened was I ended up with nuclear waste overflowing over here and messing things up down this side. It sort of poured all over this edge. It turns out what happens is once every cycle, these things will eject all the nuclear waste that's in them. So this thing ejects 5.5 tons of nuclear waste. And just, it's sort of a duplication bug. Or, well, it was. Let's see if it's still going. So what I have to do is I basically left this side with the vacuum there, so every time it ejects the waste, it kind of flows down this side and disappears into the vacuum of space, which is how we've kept the nuclear waste from not killing us. At the same time, we do have a pump here, and you know what? Let's start pumping some of that nuclear waste over to the other side, and we can use that duplication glitch to make an awful lot of radiation for us. After running a lot of piping, we've got all this nuclear waste from up here. That is going to come all the way down here. Oh wait, we keep going. Hang a right, and chuck into the supply teleporter input. Then it pops out the other side here. And all of that we're going to pump through insulated piping. This took a while. Then it goes all the way up here and it gets dumped into this tank. And what should happen, assuming this is still working as intended, the pitcher pump will keep doubling the mass of everything beneath it, and it will just keep doing it and doing it and doing it, and it will result in an awful lot of radiation here. We'll have way more radiation than we need for these interplanetary launchers, but if something's worth doing, it's worth doing to the extreme. Our little pitcher pump here is up to almost 4 tons of nuclear waste that's available. Theoretically, assuming this bug still exists, it will suddenly double all of it. It will just double, that's it, at some point during the day. Whether it does or not, I have no idea. It's been too long since I checked. We're starting to move up into the next section. Hopefully this will work. I think we are full. I'm pretty sure that doubled at some point because there's no way it filled that quickly. We're going to empty out the pipes. And once the last of the nuclear waste is in, well, okay, it's going to actually evaporate into the background of space. Once the last of that waste is cleared out of the pipes, we'll seal it in with an airflow tile, and then it should keep doubling in here. Let's check what our radiation is down the bottom. We've got 40 rads per cycle. That's pretty low, but hopefully if this works, we can improve upon it. Otherwise, we could go with some sort of compression trick, door compressors, all sorts of stuff to compress the nuclear waste up. But this just seems like a fun method while it lasts. Also, it could get seriously out of control. I believe the waste in here has, well, the waste from the pitcher pump has doubled. You'll notice we've got 5.8 tons under it there, and this tile is holding 1.466 tons of radioactive waste. So what's happening is it's duplicating this bottom bit. The bit that the pump has access to, once a cycle, it basically spits it out. The same way it spits it out of, well, any building, storage tanks, anything like that. So what happens is by sealing this in here, we're basically causing it to duplicate, then duplicate again, and then duplicate again, and then it's just going to get more and more intense. I think we had, what, 30 rads, or was it 40? I think we had about 40 rads. Now we're up to 47 on that corner. That's going to keep going up. We're at 47 now. Let's see what happens next time it doubles. Well, after a lot of duplication, well, not a lot, a few rounds of duplication, we're ending up at about 1 to 3 tons, but it keeps bouncing around like a lunatic. You can see, like, there it's 3.5 tons, then it drops all the way down. Yeah, I think we've got the wrong corner. It's 56 rads, then it drops to 30, 40, then it jumps back up again. It's basically yo-yoing all over the place. This place up here is actually a much better place to stick it. It's usually much, much higher on average. It doesn't matter. Eventually this will duplicate so much it will just get stupid. But for now, let's just turn this on. Wait, no. What the hell? How much can you store? That it? Oh my god, that was all the rads we had. Well, it's going to take a little bit of time to load things up, but what we're going to do is we're going to pump the water in. We've got this section down here that provides us with clean water. And we're going to see about pumping that all the way back home. Well, firing it all the way back home. I'm really curious to see how this works. On the opposite end of this, back on our home planet, we have this thing over here. It's a targeting beacon. I don't know how close it'll land. Maybe they'll land in there. Maybe I need to move this back a bit or give it more flat area around it. And then they've got this payload opener. So I'm assuming it's going to come wrapped in something, land down, and we'll have to stick it in there and can open it. Well, that's the theory. For now, let's wait until our water gets here and loads up this interplanetary launcher. It appears these interplanetary launchers can hold 1,200 kilos of liquid. That's a fair chunk. And that means it's going to take a while before it gets to this end one. And so far, this one's holding 126 rad bolts. So I presume this goes up to about 200, 220 rad bolts. Yeah, that would make sense. All right, let's see what happens when we get to the last one. Here we go. Once it hits 200 kilos, it should auto-launch. Where it actually auto-launches to is the other question, though. What the... That's a bullet. That's not an interplanetary bullet. That's a bullet. You just fired a bullet into space. In flight to 59 seconds. Okay. Can it launch a second time before the first one is actually hit, though, is the question. Yes. Yes, it can. Oh, wow. So if we've got enough rad bolts, we can basically fire this like a machine gun. All right. Let's see what happens when it lands on the other end, though. That's the question. I think we'll have to zoom out to see it incoming. They should sort of appear somewhere over here and before they land. This could take a moment. Okay. That's awesome. It landed right on top of it. Where's the next one going to land, though? You see, the thing is, this is where the payloads get unloaded, but there doesn't seem to be any way to sort them. As in, you can't specify where each one goes. This doesn't tell me, it just tells me it's got water in it. Oh, it can miss. Oh, cool. It looks like it's got at least a little impact crater behind. We should probably put this on a higher priority. Someone on their way? Yeah, and we're also going to want to put a tube station here. Okay, how does this work? Okay. Where it should actually tell me what's in there. Okay, 160 kilos of water. Done. Next one. Okay, winds the tin opener. Boom. More in. Next one. This could be done quite quickly, but we're probably going to need multiple ones, and we're going to need to start sorting them. We're going to be bringing in brine and clean water, and probably God knows what else at the end, so we're probably going to want to sort a lot of them and really expand upon it. Okay. Having the bullets fall into the sky is just perfect. I love it. Ah, brilliant. The thing that kills me, though, is there is so much resources in that planet we got to send back over, including a whole bunch of gold, and oh my God, this is going to get really awkward. Well, I really do like, though, the transport method. That is definitely unique. If we go back, actually, let's check out, where is it? What's our rad generation looking like? 60, 70, oh wow. Yeah, the great thing about this is every time it duplicates, well, it just means that there's even more to duplicate the next time, and even more the next time, and the next time. So that should start to get out of control really quickly until it gets to the point where there's actually too much, at which point it will start auto-deleting every time you reload the game. Well, it won't delete it all. It'll just delete to the max size, which I think is 99999, though honestly, I haven't checked in a long time. But I've got to do a whole bunch of cleaning up here and tidying up. We've got 2 volcanoes here we still have to tap into. Wait, where are they? Ah, yes, we have an iron volcano right here, and we have a gold volcano right there, and then we've got to set those to be fired back. We've got that hot water geyser over, where is it? Yeah, this hot water geyser is now sort of configured, though I need to make some adjustments to that. Then we've also got a hot salt water geyser over here that we've got to send back over, and we've got a cool salt slush. I think the salt slush I'll send through the same way as the polluted water. Yeah, I'm thinking the cool slush. Yeah, I'll send all the chill ones back through here. There should be enough capacity to do 10 kilos per second. Oh my God, we're going to have so much water. How is our... Before I knock this off, let's just have a quick look and see how our desalinator plant is. Jesus. Okay, this is our water tank so far. I don't think we're going to need to expand it for a little while longer, but we're slowly but surely creeping over here, and we'll be able to knock this out. And once that's gone, we can extend the water tank down. And over here, this is going perfect. Yeah, we've got 800 degrees of heat down here. We can still keep boiling all the water we send back. This is going to become interesting. I don't know what exactly we're going to do with all the water, but I'm sure we'll find a use for it. Anyway, I'm going to cut this out here. I hope you enjoyed, and good luck.